All right, I'll show you how to make a custom dash. Trust me, it's actually super easy. You can do it like this,
もしもし
or like this. Whatever dash style you've imagined, you can now bring it to life in your custom character. All you really need is the chase block, which was recently added to the game. What it does is kind of like making a regular move, but it's keybind locked to Q, meaning it's specifically mapped and designed for a dash mechanic. You know, of course, if you wanted, you could make it act like a regular move too, but in this video, we're focusing purely on creating a custom dash. But man, I'll do my best to make my explanation as easy as possible. Honestly, it's kind of difficult explaining all this through text-to-speech, so I really hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Anyway, you ready? Okay, watch closely, follow along, and I hope this helps you out. And hey, if it did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more. All right, so first, obviously, spawn a character block. Or you can edit an existing character if you already have one. But for the sake of this video, I'll just create a brand new one. Let's call it Custom Dash for this example. Then select your base character. It doesn't really matter which one you choose, since we're going to change its dash later anyway. After that, click Configure and select this new block called Chase. I call it the front dash. You can set the cooldown to whatever you want, but I'll just put it at 0 for now so we can test it easily without waiting. Right now, it doesn't have any effect because we haven't added any animations to it yet. So before we create a custom one, I'll show you the default dash of the base character I selected earlier. That way you can clearly see the difference once we modify it. All right, now let's start making a custom dash. First, pick a dash animation of your choice. You can choose whatever animation you like honestly, but for this video, we'll try to make it look a bit more realistic, you know? So we'll use an animation that looks dashing, etc. If you search Chase, you can actually find dash animations that are already used by some characters. So let's say I pick this one right here. Now let's test it. Okay, so you see that? It actually works. The animation plays just fine. However, there's a small issue. If you don't press the W key, your character won't dash forward. The animation still plays, but you're basically dashing in place. It's just off. And besides, it looks dry as hell. But don't worry, we're about to fix that. And that's where we're going to add velocity. I'm setting it to 35 for this example, but you can adjust it however you like. It really depends on how far you want your dash to go. Now I'm placing the velocity above the animation in the order. That way it takes effect immediately the moment I press Q. You can tweak the time and other settings later after testing it. Just make sure that track is enabled. What that does is make your character move in the direction you're aiming. So wherever your camera is facing, that's where you're going, if that makes sense. And so, there we go. We've got a working dash, but obviously we're not done yet. Not even close. This is the goal dash we want. So of course there's still a lot we can polish and improve, so stay with me. So now, well, technically you don't need this part unless you want your dash to look a bit more unique, you know? What I'm doing is adding another animation, a punch, right after the dash. To make that work, add a wait time after the chase. You can tweak the timing to whatever feels right for you. And I'm not gonna lie, it didn't work well at first. I had to play around with the timing a bit before it finally felt smooth. So I ended up with this setup. I'll just summarize the important things I changed so you know what's going on. First, I added a dash sound. Then I added another velocity. I set it to 10 just to give it a slight extra push forward, etc. Then I added another wait time before the punch animation. This helps the sequence flow better. Now this part is important. Make sure you add a fade out value to the punch animation so it transitions smoothly. I set mine to 0.3 and that works well for me. It might not be perfect for you though, so I definitely recommend testing and tweaking it until it feels right. And yeah, this is what I have now. Not bad, eh? All right, so we're finalizing this dash before we jump into the critical part you really don't want to miss. Yeah, I added some visual effects. Now this part is totally up to you. I'm just keeping this example simple and straightforward so we can move on without overcomplicating things. I'd say focus mainly on the melee trail, since that's what really gives the dash that JJS feel. You know what I mean. So yeah, this is it. In my opinion, the dash animation is looking pretty good now. Oops, I also added a simple flame effect. Not really necessary to be honest. I'm just adding it to make the visual change more obvious so you can clearly see what's been added, you know? All right, now we're about to get into the most crucial part of this whole thing, the hit part. I've actually explained this in detail in my last couple of videos where I made custom EM ones, so I highly recommend checking those out if you haven't already. But don't worry, I'll give you a quick rundown here so you at least have a solid understanding of how it works. And bro, please, if this video is already helping you out, I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a like. And subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. It genuinely helps the channel grow, and it lets me know you guys want more like this. So you see what's missing? Yeah, the hitbox. Without it, you're basically just dashing and punching air. We can't freaking leave it like that. So let's add a hitbox. I'm setting the size to around 15 because this is more of a motion-based hit. Since you're moving forward, a slightly bigger hitbox feels safer. It might be a bit too much. We can always tone it down later. But for now, 15 should be fine. Next, enable the stun animation. That way, when the target gets hit, they do that little fling animation, etc., etc. You know, the one that makes it actually feel impactful. For damage, I'll just set it to 5 for now. Then add a wait time above the hitbox. This gives that slight delay before the punch actually lands. I'd say 0.3 seconds is a safe value. It lines up nicely with the animation timing. Let's test it. Not bad, to be honest. Then now let's add a hit sound. You know, that satisfying snap sound you hear when you actually hit a target. First, add a hit cancel and then type the branch name below. I just call mine hit. Create that actual hit branch so it can sync properly later. Inside the hit branch, add a sound. I just use the JJS hit sound, but you can pick whatever fits your dash style. I wanted it a bit louder, so I set the volume to 1. Let's test it. There you go. And finally, this is going to be the last essential thing you need to do to finish your dash. Of course, we need to add a hit indicator and some blood visuals, you know, make it feel satisfying when you land a hit. Here's what you want to do next. Create a new branch. I call mine target, then go back to the default timeline, find and click the hitbox block, scroll all the way down, and you'll see branch target. Just type in the branch name you just created. Mine is called target. Now on the target branch timeline, add the visuals you want to appear when you hit your target. For this example, I'm just adding blood and that glowing hit effect, and whatever other effects you like. The settings are totally up to you. Just make it look how you want. And that's it. Let's check out our final product and see how it all comes together. And also, I think I nailed the hitbox size too. Or at least it's good enough, you know? I tested it on the blocking dummy, and somehow it works really well. From my testing, if you set the hitbox too big, there's a chance you'll still hit the target even if they're blocking. But with this size, it feels seamless. I actually have to go around the back to land a hit if they're blocking, which is how it's supposed to. The velocity also seems fine. It pushes just enough without feeling overpowered. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And like I said, this is just a simple example, but you can do so much with this. You can tweak it like this, or like that. Whatever comes to mind, just mess around with the feature. Honestly, it's really dope and super fun to experiment with. And I guess that's it. I really hope this video helped you out. And if it did, don't forget to do your boy a favor. Leave a like and subscribe. It's free and it helps a lot more than you think. Also, let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I'm always looking for ideas.